Hello everyone. Welcome back to today's class. We'll just wait for a few seconds. Let everyone join the class. Then we can start our class with typing module. A very important and very specific topic in the Python basics typing module. Okay, so welcome to today's class. We'll discuss how Python allows you to specify types in your code using typing module, focusing specially on list. So today in the typing module, we'll only focus on the list. As Python is dynamically typed, meaning you don't have to declare variable types, but in large projects it's easy to make mistake like passing the wrong data type into a function. So type hints help avoid this by informing both humans and IDs about the expected types. Type hints do not enforce types at runtime, means Python won't throw an error automatically, but tools like MyPy, PyCharm or VS Code can check your code for type mismatches. Okay, so firstly let's understand what is a typing module. Okay, so let's understand what is a typing module. So it was introduced in Python 3.5. The typing module provides type hints for Python variable, functions and containers. It allows you to write more readable, maintainable and less error-prone code. So I told you what is typing module and some common types of typing module I'll tell you. So the first one is list, which we are going to focus on today. So what is a list? A list containing element of a specific type. Then the second one is tuple, a tuple with fixed types. And the third is dictionary, means a dictionary with key and value types. Then fourth one is set, means a set of specific types. And then fifth one is optional, means a value that could be a type or none. Then comes any, means any type is allowed. And then comes union, means this can be one of multiple types. So these were some common types in typing module. Okay, so now we'll see, as today we are going to see type hints for list. Hello Priya. Welcome to today's live session on Python typing module. Okay, so I'll tell you how type hints for list are, what are and how it works. So in Python, a list is a versatile collection that can hold multiple values and multiple items of any type, while specifically the expected type of elements in a list is improving code readability, maintainability and catching potential errors early through static analysis. Okay, so I'll tell you some advantages of type hints for list. So the first advantage is that it improves code readability. Okay, so anyone reading the code can immediately understand what type of element a list is supposed to hold. And secondly, helps catch error. So tools like MyPy can detect if you have accidentally add a wrong type to a list before running the program. So this is a very big advantage of type hints. Then third, it enhances IDE support. So IDEs can provide better autocomplete suggestions and warning based on the expected types. Then fourthly, it makes function clearer. So functions that accept or return list shows exactly what type of list is expected. And lastly, better collaboration. So in team projects, type hints serve as documentation for how list could be used. So here we'll just simply see how we use type hints for list. So with type hints we can restrict the type of elements in the list. So I'll show you the syntax of type hints. So from the typing module, firstly we'll import list. So here list type means a list where every element is of a specific type. Like in the first one, the type of list is int, so the list will be fully integer, and in secondly the type is string, so the list will be string. So a very simple and basic questions comes in our mind every time, that why we use type hints. So as I already told you the advantages of type hints, firstly the code readability, error prevention, IDE support and static analysis. So these are the basic things why we use type hints. So, type hints are optional but highly recommended for large projects. Python does not enforce type at runtime. Now we'll move on to some questions. I'll ask you some questions and you all have to answer in yes or no, so that we could check your knowledge how you understood typing module type hints using list. So the first question I'm typing here. So the first question is, list integer allows a list to contain only integer. I uh, recently before 10 or 15 seconds I told you this. So I think everyone could answer this very easily. You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. That list integer, your list int allows a list to contain only integers. You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. This is a very simple and very easy question. Okay, some of you are answering yes and some of you are answering no. What is the correct answer? What you all think? You can answer in yes or no in the chats. Okay, so let's see what's the correct answer. So the correct answer of this is yes, because it allows only integers. As we have typed the hint on it, so it will allow only integers in it. Okay, now moving on to the second question. Python enforces type hints at runtime. So the next question is, Python enforces type hints at runtime. You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. And also I'm giving you the link of a WhatsApp channel so that you can join it and you can get daily updates on Python programming, and also when we are scheduling the live classes. So you can get the updates there. You all can join this channel. Okay, so Python enforces type hints at runtime. So some of you are answering no. I want everyone to answer. Okay, what you all think? What is the correct answer? Okay, so let's see its correct answer. So the correct answer is no. Okay, so those who have answered no, the answer is correct. Now let's move on to the third question. So the third question is, okay, so the third question is, you can use the union int and string to allow multiple types in a list. You can use union int and list to allow multiple types in a list. Okay, so some of you are answering yes. I think I already told you all about the union. So this would be easy for you all to answer. Okay. So the correct answer of this is yes. Okay. Yeah, the correct answer is yes. So those who have answered yes, it is correct. Now let's move on to the another question. See, I already told everything in the theory part. You just have to listen the theory carefully. See, so the next question is, optional means the optional hint means the value can be an integer or a string both. So you have to answer in yes or no in the chats. The optional int means the value can be an integer or a string both. What you all think will be the correct answer, you can tell in the chats in yes or no. Okay, so some of you are answering no and some of you are answering yes. Okay, so let's know its correct answer. So the correct answer of this is no. So those who have answered no, it is correct. Now let's move on to the another question, which is, type hints are mandatory in Python. So the next question is, type hints are mandatory in Python. You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. Okay, so many of you are answering no. Okay, so now let's see its correct answer. So the correct answer of this is no, that type hints are not mandatory in Python. So the next question of this is, so the next question is, you can nest list using list inside a list integer. You have to answer in yes or no in the chats. Okay, so some of you are answering yes. Okay, so let's see its correct answer. So the correct answer of this is yes. We can nest the list using this. So what you all want me to do you all want me to ask some more quiz questions like this, or should we move to the code part? So let me ask one more question. So the next question is, a list can contain elements of any type without type hints. Okay, so this is the last question. A list can contain elements of any type without the type hint. You have to answer in yes or no. Okay, so the correct answer of this is yes, the list can contain elements of any type without the type hints. Okay, so now we'll move on to the code part. So we'll start by basic and simple examples. So we'll start by printing the sum of two numbers in a list. So firstly, from the typing module, we'll import list. Okay, so you all have to tell what will be its output. You can tell in chat what will be the output of this code. This is a simple example of sum of the numbers in a list. Okay, so what would be the output? Some of you are answering and some of you are not answering. Everyone should answer this. I told you also what the code is doing. So this could be easy for you all to answer. Okay, so let's see its correct answer. Yeah, hi. So the correct answer is 15. This simply adds the elements in the list. So when we add 10 plus 5, the correct answer is 15. Okay, now we'll move on to next question. Where we'll simply print a list. Okay, so this is also a very simple example of just printing a list. So you all have to answer what is the output of this. Okay, so you all can answer what is the output of this code. Okay, everyone should answer this. This is very simple. Okay, so now we'll see its output. So the correct answer is the list we gave. Okay, now yeah, because these are very simple and easy topics, and also before moving to the code part, we have completed the theory section also. So if you have listened the theory part, you can definitely answer all these things very easily, because I already told everything in the theory. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so now you have to answer its output in the chat. What will be the output? So let me first explain this question so that you can answer easily. Okay, listen to the explanation part. Firstly, we are importing the list type from the typing module. This we use type hints which indicate the type of the elements in a list. Then in this line, nums is a list of integers 2 and 3, where this list where all elements are integer, and type hint is optional. Then here in the for loop, a for loop goes through each element of the list Firstly, it goes for when n is equals to 2, and secondly when n is equals to 3. And here we have kept a condition: if n is divisible by 2, it prints even, and else it prints odd. So let's see. Now you can answer what will be the output. This is the simple example to check even or odd, or basically to check only even. So as it gave the answer that 2 is even and 3 is odd. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. Yeah, but in the looping condition, we are checking the condition of even and odd. Let's move to the next example. So again, from typing module we import list. Okay, so now this is another example. You have to tell its output in the chat. This is just an simple example for doubling the number. So I think this would be very easy for you all to answer. Okay, so what would be the output, do you all think? Okay, let's see what would be the output. Okay, just a second. Okay, so the correct answer is 2 and 4, because the double of 1 is 2 and the double of 2 is 4. Okay, so now let's move on to one more simple example where we'll find the square. So this is a simple example to find the square of the given numbers. So I already told you what we are going to do in this example. So I think that I made very easy this, so you can answer it very nicely and very easily. Okay. So let's see what is the output of this. Okay, so the output of this is the square of the given numbers in the list. Yeah, but we have to wait for everyone to answer, because sometimes due to network connectivity my voice just goes a bit late. So I have to wait for a few seconds so that someone, if someone is understanding the question and someone needs time to understand, so they can answer. Okay, so now we'll move on to another question, another example, today's last example. I won't tell you what we are doing in this example. You have to understand yourself and then you have to answer its output. Okay? Yeah, definitely your answer is correct. Okay, so now you have to answer its output in the chat. This is also a very simple and very easy. So I think you all can answer this. Yeah, now you are getting the correct answer. So should we see its output, or we should wait for everyone to answer? Okay, let's see its output. Yeah, so it printed the string in uppercase. So here we have used the uppercase method. Okay, so I hope all of you understood the typing module and also the type hint in list. So let me tell you what all topics we learned today. What type hints are. So type hints are a way to specify the expected type of variable and function parameters in Python. And the typing module specially list for list with specific element types. And why type hints are useful? Because it improves readability, help IDEs catch mistakes and make your code more maintainable. And fourthly, how to use list with type hints. So we saw many of the examples to use list with type hints and some more practice examples. So type hints do not change Python's behavior at runtime, but they make your code more clearer, safer and professional, especially for big projects. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining today's live class. I hope you enjoyed learning about Python's typing module and list. So keep practicing with small example and soon you'll be the master in type hints with Python. So if anyone have any of the problem related to today's live session, you can ask me now. Okay, so you can join the group. I have given the link of this group. You can join this WhatsApp channel and you can get the daily updates when we are going to schedule the live class and when we are going to take the sessions. You can get the updates there. So you can join this WhatsApp channel to get the updates so that you won't miss any of the class. And if you have any doubt related to today's class, you can ask me right now. Okay, so we have updated in the group about the live class. But mostly my live class is on alternate days like Monday, Wednesday and Friday like this. And the time is also the same every time. So that I don't think there would be much issue for you to join. So you can tell what topics do you want to study in the next class, or otherwise we'll see the typing modules, dictionary hints, then tuples like this so that we can clear all these topics. Okay, no problem. But my class is on alternate days, so you can manage the time and you can join the class. Yes. Okay, so you want to know the use of type functions or type module. We'll slowly move to the complex topics also. Yeah, you can use this normally, or basically we use typing modules when we are creating large projects na, then we can use this typing module because it enhance readability, it's more efficient for error detections, it's more easy for documentation and maintainability of the code. So that's why we use typing module. What are you asking, Ghanshyam? Okay, so have you attended today's live session, Ghanshyam? Yeah, we can write our codes without using the typing module, but by using the typing module it enhances the readability of the code. So while creating big projects it makes us easy to detect the errors and for the documentation also. Okay, so you'll definitely get the updates in the WhatsApp channel, and the next live class would be day after tomorrow on the day Wednesday. So you all be ready for the next live class. So did you enjoy today's live class? So today we have basically covered list type hints, and then in the next class we'll move further for the dictionary and tuples. So if you don't want to miss the class, you can join the WhatsApp channel so that you can get updated and you can join the class on time. I think you haven't attended today's class. Yes, in sets also. Okay, some other doubts also. So if you have joined today's class now, I have told in the beginning that where we use all these things, why we use, what are the advantages of these. That's why the theory part is sometimes very much important for us to understand the basics. Because when the basics is clear, then we can do the technical part very easily. We doesn't stuck there. We smoothly cross it. Okay, so any other doubt related to the classes? Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for actively joining today's live class. We'll meet in the next live session. Bye. Bye everyone. Yeah, you have joined late. That's why you have missed the class. But you can see the video of the class. Yeah, we are going to end this session. Okay, bye.